Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Sumeria. I totally forgot to rename cities after my Patreon, so welcome to the city of Mayorn, Pingionator, Gabrielle, Old Red, Growing Beard, The Silver Outlaw, Labosco, Wyatt, Tyler Crompton, Wixit, Gordon Arbuthnot. I feel like this guy is in literally every game that I play. I randomly pick them. I don't go down the list. They're just random. And an old familiar, test questions. I think I have another city that I could do. Let me generate another random name. An old favorite, Michael Reynolds. If you would like to be in the list of names that cities can be renamed after, go ahead and join www.patreon.com/PotatoMcWhiskey. Get your name in the bag. All right, let's keep on trading. We gotta make lots of money from this city. So we want to settle here to try and crowd these guys out in Hamazi. I think the thing to do is to work on the harbor, slowly but surely. Probably give the city 3 fishing boats to help it get started. The other important thing, aside from renaming cities after Patreons, I am keeping Trade Hub as Trade Hub just because I already renamed that city. We gotta deal with the Incan Empire invasion. Now we are working on building an arsenal, which will allow us to produce military units quite a bit quicker. But I'm going to go ahead and drop forced modernization, and instead I'm going to plug in, where is it? Chivalry, so that I can make cavalry slightly faster from my capital. I'm also going to start moving over this infantry unit. I don't believe we do still benefit from retainers, but I need to get all of my military units onto the border to see what we can do. Now, he might be able to get a nice swoop around. A free trade agreement? Sure. You should pay me for that. Owie, okay, we lost one of our knight armies. Research partnership. Actually, what I would like is a military alliance with you, so I'm going to prevent that from happening. We got a moderate flood over here, that's fine. +2 era score for the first neighborhood district. That was in the city of Labosco. We could build the transit station. It seems pretty good. I'm going to grab the transit station. It seems like a fun district to build. District building, because it's a little bit of yields across the board. Let's get ourselves a field cannon. Kind of sad that I lost that unit. Let's turn you into cuirassier. You're going to fall back to a safe distance. You're going to fall back to the city too. We're going to make some field cannons. We can kill this unit in the water pretty easily. You need to get leveled up. I'm going to take grape shot. We'll kill you. Make sure we shoot you. We definitely need to get rid of the bombards first. Make sure we hide our religious units so they don't get pillaged. It would be less than ideal. You're going to become a field cannon as well. So we got the bank in Gabrielle. I'm going to start to produce cuirassiers to reinforce my front line. I'm going to put 2 more envoys into Nan Madol so I can take control, which gives me an extra 50 culture per turn. We have cuirassiers coming. Let's talk to Shaka. I'm going to go ahead and get a military alliance with you, and I would like you to join my ongoing war with Pachacuti. Now that will get me +5 combat strength against Pachacuti. I also need to get my hands on a spy eventually so that I can spy on him and gain diplomatic visibility. That'll be forming part of my plans for spies and stuff. Right now I just need to recruit military units. I'm still in the process of recruiting settlers, so it'll be a while before we're really ready to engage in this war. But no, things are working, right? The first bit of this war is going to be defensive. We are going to be defending ourselves. I also don't want to make use of these coursers. Well, I could probably kill this thing. You're a little bit vulnerable. I'm going to retreat you. What if I stepped you forward? You could blast him and then you could get that kill, and then I run you back to Old Red to get healed. You could shoot this guy, and then you could shoot this guy, and then if you shoot him... Okay, it's all coming together. We don't want this city to get hit by bombards more than once. We do need to get rid of this line infantry. No experience because you're already ready to level up. That's all right. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to swing you down to here, and in an ideal world, you guys will provide defense to each other, so this guy can't like easily kill you, and then you'll get combined together into what is ideally going to be a field cannon army that will support my units. Inquisitors, I'm just going to put to sleep in their various places, and we'll get to work on things. So how does his army respond? We've managed to kill a few of his units. We need to get his military score down. It's going to be our primary objective. Let's go ahead and blast him. Then if you eat his soul, if you swoop back to get that kill, you swoop in to hold the front line. We will shoot him and then shoot him with the city to get the kill. You're going to promote with Arrow Storm, and we'll continue to blast you. Another cuirassier in the capital. Let's keep getting them. We've got another settler that we can send out into the water. Another settler has made it to the water, and I want you to get over there. 3 turns until this settler comes out. I would like another couple of warriors. Put my Inquisitor to sleep, and let's go ahead and make sure we blast this unit, and then you go ahead and blast him. So we're definitely starting to pare back his military strength and to build up our own. And that's the objective of this. So test questions is flipping. I'm going to grab Magnus because he's not doing anything important. Sorry, no, it was Liang who's not doing anything important. I'm going to pop her into test questions to keep that city safe because I don't want it to flip independent. I may also declare an alliance with Katarja. I'm going to declare a friendship with the other civs in the game because I just don't want them to declare war on me as well. But I am going to remain in this war for a very long time. We have access to military science, cavalry and line infantry, as well as the military academy. The military academy is pretty cool. I'm not going to like review every building that I unlock. It's more so like if I'm ever presented with the opportunity to do so, I'll sit there and I'll read it because I want to keep the gameplay flowing. And the best way to learn how to play is not to get into analysis paralysis. It's to like sit there and figure a few different things out. I'm going to drop retainers. I'm going to drop liberalism as well. So we're going to drop some amenities here. We're going to plug in levy en masse. Well, actually, I don't need to save money because I actually make so much money here that I think retainers is worth more, but we are going to plug in forced modernization because that basically doubles how much money I have to upgrade my army, and that is important. We're going to move you forward. You're going to eat him. You're going to step forward, blast him. You kill and kill, and we'll keep leveling you up on this district. Okay, it would be awesome if we could get a great general. It's unlikely. The next one is modern era, so that's fine. We won't get one of those. We'll start blasting these districts. The first thing we need is an overwhelming force of cavalry backed up by artillery, and I think we're going to move up towards this kind of artillery as well. Maybe we could unlock oil, maybe find some useful oil. We did get the trade dock in Wyatt, which means another trader over here in the trade hub. Then over in Wyatt, you're basically fully built. There's no more improvements we can do in here. The shipyard isn't bad. The entrepot would be great for gold, although I don't plan to trade from this city. Haven is a lot of gold. I think I'll go for the shipyard. High production seems good. I'll get the granary and the monument because we are pretty close to the housing limit in here. We want the city to continue to grow. We may also consider to get neighborhood in this city. There's some pretty good buildings in there. But like the transit station is cool. Then we've got like the food market, which is mutually exclusive with the shopping mall. Food bonus for specialist applies to, so +1 citizen yields. This allows you to verticalize your economy pretty well versus the shopping mall. Gold bonus to specialist applies to all cities. So one is for growing tall, one is for growing money. Very cool. So you get the transit station, and then the late game is the hospital, which is mutually exclusive with the recycling plant. Oh, it gives you a science bonus. So the neighborhood is for working a lot of specialists. So it might be worth it for me to get a neighborhood in my capital because there's a ton, and I mean a ton of specialists being worked in here. So I definitely think like eventually we'll need to develop our capital more. So we are in control of Nan Madol. I think I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get control of more of these city states. Like I don't think we can take Hunza, but I think we could maybe go up to a higher level with Mohenjo-Daro, get a little bit more culture. So the problem with steel is I won't be able to build walls anymore when I get to steel, which means I don't get a bonus to my tourism that I would have got. So probably when I start researching steel, I will start seeing what I can do on that front. The timing on his counterattack, or like his attack to declaw my army, was actually perfect for him. So you have a promotion. I'm going to go ahead and take emplacement to get us closer to expert marksman. You're going to come over here for the flanking bonus, although I don't want you to actually attack because you're a little weak at the moment. You need to deal with this line infantry. Oh, continue to blast him. You're just trying to level up by shooting districts. Hopefully you can sneak in over here and kill the harbor. Let's go ahead and make some gold from Jambi. Dude, I was on Twitter. Oh, big mistake. Also, no one's ever going to call it X. Stop trying to make X a thing, okay? I don't think you should kill Hunza. Hold on. This seems unnecessary. What was I going to say? Yeah, dude, so there was like this dude called Mike Rose. He ruffled a few feathers, all right? He kerfluffled a few rufflers. He dropped a hot take, which, you know, it was how he felt. And it's fine to feel things, but you got to be careful when you feel something. You got to make sure you're taking the temperature of the room, and you got to be careful who you're not hitting in the crossfire. So anyway, he gave a take. Now I'm paraphrasing like hell here, so don't take what I say as what he said, okay? I'm just going to give the sentiment. Basically, he said it felt icky to pay YouTubers, content creators, whatever, for coverage of the game, and he was like, everyone I emailed wanted to be paid to play the game. And I get where he's coming from, right? He's coming from this old school version of games journalism where even the suggestion of paying someone for coverage was icky and gross. But here's the thing. YouTubers aren't games journalism. I'm not a games journalist. I don't pretend to be. I don't have an ethical standard that I'm held to by the outside world. That's the difference, okay? Back in the day, the reason people got mad at game journalists, was partially because, during Gamergate, people just went in fucking sane. We need to go back and study that because I can't even explain to you why people got so mad at that games journalist thing. Like, it's just, who asked is my major opinion. But anyway, cut a long story short, people were crazy back then. People got a little fucking weird. Okay, and that's putting it lightly. People got real weird. A lot of weird shit was said. I don't want to spend night on infantry. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to make cuirassiers. But Gamergate's a whole thing that you should do your own research on, okay? I'm not here to educate you. What I am here to do is to give you my hot take. Anyway, he brought up this thing. It's like, you know, back in my day, games journalism was held to a higher standard. It feels icky to pay people to cover your game. But it's like the relationship that YouTubers, content creators have with game developers isn't the same that game reviewers have, right? It's similar, but not declaratively. What I mean by that is, if you go to a game reviewer, you're associated with something that should have a little bit more, you know, ethical standard that you're held to. And it is bullshit that you are held to a higher standard than I am. But here's the thing. I'm not a journalist. I'm just a dude in my thing playing the video game. Even though I'm just a dude in a thing playing a video game, people do trust my opinion on games. Like if I play a game, if I take a sponsorship for a game, that's an endorsement. And this is where I think it's actually really key, because what he should have said is, it feels icky to pay for coverage when I feel like my game could or should earn that coverage. That's what he was really feeling, okay? Really, the ickiness was internal. He was pointing the icky at himself, but instead he decided to collateral damage, fire his ickiness at everyone else, which is something people often do. He was mad about a thing that bothered him, and collateral damage, ipsum blah, 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 blah. Would that have been fine? Probably not, but he might have got away with it. Here's the thing. I absolutely hold myself to what I consider to be a reasonable ethical standard, okay? There are other YouTubers out there who do not. 100% I agree, and those people should be questioned, and those people should be talked shit about. But this dude went scattershot fire on just like YouTubers in general. I get paid for coverage, and I get flack in the comments, right? I get people calling me a shill all the goddamn time, okay? Because I played a game for a sponsor, and I also liked the game. It's like I'm not, if I'm sponsored to play a game, I'm not allowed to like it. That is just one of the rules of being a YouTuber. I am not allowed to like a game if I also am being paid to play it. I disclose all my sponsorships, and I never take a sponsorship for a game that I wouldn't endorse. I wouldn't say, yeah, this game is worth playing. Now, am I 100% perfect? Do I have a 100% perfect record? I feel like I do. You know why? Because I hold myself to that standard. Most people don't. They hold themselves to a way lower standard of like money, money, money. Even though I don't know anything about this game, anything about this genre, I'll take the money because the deal is good, okay? Now, that's bad. I agree that that's bad. There are people out there who take sponsorships, don't disclose them. There's plenty of content creators out there who ran literal scam websites. What was that CSGO betting website guy? Like, that was literal scum. He was a scumfuck, that guy. He should have been pilloried, and he was. And I think he was chased out of the industry. And if he wasn't, they should continue to try and find him and chase him further out of the industry, because what he did was reprehensible. I don't think me getting paid to play a computer game is reprehensible, all right? I just don't, because I have an ethical standard. I think there are people out there who absolutely get paid for games and they act reprehensibly, like people who don't disclose their sponsorship, people who take sponsorships for games they don't even like and then kind of pretend they like it or whatever. Like, oh yeah, you guys should totally play this game. Listen, if you're phoning it in for a sponsorship, clap, 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 absolutely. But in my perfect world, no one should take a sponsorship for something unless they're really, really into the game. And that's me in my perfect world. I get it. I'm an idealist. It's unlikely. People can make money, right? I'm not going to hold everyone else to the same ethical standard as me. I'm not going to enforce my ethical standard. I've always had this standard, even when I was making no money, that I would never, ever take a sponsorship for something unless I felt like it was at least something I could recommend on my own. One of those things where there are absolutely legitimate concerns to be had about the weird relationship that is implied by paying someone to cover your game. Absolutely. But like flexing your game doing well and then shitting on all the small content creators who you got organic coverage from, I don't know who he was emailing, right? Totally. But unlike a games journalist, I don't have a company paying me to do this. All of this money, I am in charge. I am in control. I have creative control. I can play whatever game that I want. And if you want me to do something that I don't want to do, i.e. play your game, you're going to have to pay me, because otherwise I'm going to keep doing the things that I like. It's really that simple. I sympathize with this guy, and I totally agree with him that there are definitely people out there who take the piss. Like, there are people out there who, not disclosing their sponsorships, they act fake when they're, and that is icky. That is super icky. That is the giga ick. Okay, omega, giga, hyper icky to take a sponsorship for a game that you don't even like and then to pretend to like it. That is gross. I'm an independent operation. I have full creative control. I can do whatever I like. If you don't like what I do, or you want me to do something, like, you can't make me do things. Cut a long story short, my point is, I got a little mad. I posted a little on Twitter. We did a little Xing. I have a business. This YouTube channel is my business, okay? If I am going to cover your crappy, unproven game, I'm going to take a loss. I'm going to take a loss. If I make a Civ video every single day, I can pay my bills forever, right, at the current rates. I can pay my bills, I can pay my employees. By the way, I have employees. I can pay my employees, I can pay my bills, and I can have a little bit left over to have a great time in life. Hey, I can pay my 50% taxes. That's right, the government takes half, okay? My employees take a third, and the government takes half of what's left, because I'm a good guy and I pay my guys a good wage. So I don't want nobody accusing me of being some fat cat sitting on a gilded throne when I'm giving away a third of my income to my employees. And I'm overpaying them. I'm overpaying them and underworking them, realistically. Anyway, that's irrelevant. We completed the transit station here. Should we build more neighborhoods? That just seems like a terrible idea. You got to just move with the times, right? The industry has adapted and changed. Also, isn't it really weird to be like, hey, I'm a content creator and I think I should get paid if I'm covering your game. If you want me to cover your game and I don't think your game is good enough for me to cover it under my own steam, pay me. You are going to have to pay me. Also, we have 6,000 gold and I don't know how. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay me. You gotta pay me. Because I don't want to cover your game. I'm gonna just do the things that I enjoy, like banging your mom. That's really all that it comes down to, is like, if you want people to do things that they don't want to do, you have to pay them. I'm gonna go ahead and sell off all of my luxury spares. Then I'm gonna go purchase luxuries. I'm also gonna buy strategic resources. In particular, I'm looking for niter. Ooh, there's no niter. No niter on the map means I have to be careful with my units. This whole situation here is a problem. Maybe I can bait them with a feld cannon. Pillage, step there. Also, it's really weird to conflate like the Gamergate stuff with like YouTuber stuff. I don't even know what it was like. Oh, look at these guys. I think these it seems to be shit. I just lost a bombard. A lot of these dudes are just really salty that they got held to like some sort of ethical standard, and I'm not held to that ethical standard. But here's the thing, I'm not a journalist. People don't expect me to have that level of ethics. And you know what? They should. I think it's fucked up. I agree. People should be held to a higher ethical standard in this industry. Let's start pillorying people who don't disclose sponsorships. Let's start, doing all that sort of stuff. I'm trying to think off the top of my head here while I'm also fighting a kind of complicated war. Maybe I should move up this way and go for Wanuku first. Yeah, I really need niter. A bit of a problem. Yeah, it just made me mad. It's like, dude, I am doing valuable work. Therefore, I have a thing that you want, right? An audience. You have a thing that I want, money. And yeah, like the gap between passion and economic reality. Because like the economic reality is, if I make Civ videos, I'm great. I mean, I'm golden. If you want me to change what I'm doing, you gotta pay me. It's that simple. And I should disclose that payment, and I should be honest about my opinions. I should not lie, okay? I agree. I think people who mislead their audience are gross. I think there are certain sponsorships. Also, there are certain sponsorships that I think are super gross. I have a pretty simple ethical standard, okay? I don't take any sponsorships for a few different categories, okay? First of all, okay, a city just got erased over here. I mean, we could theoretically settle this and get control of more chocolate. It might be something we do. But yeah, I don't take sponsorships for products I would not use myself. That's number one. Number two, I should buy some builders in here. Number two, yeah, I don't do sponsorships for products I wouldn't use myself, whether that's video game or otherwise. Number two, I don't take sponsorships for products that I think are unethical. Like, for example, video games with heavy microtransactions. There's occasionally a couple of exceptions there, so on and so forth. I think I'm allowed an occasional exception if I personally like the game, or if the money's good enough. So number one is, I won't be paid to promote a product unless I would use that product myself. And number two, I won't promote a product unless I know enough about that product to promote it. So for example, I see a lot of like gamers and they're like, oh yeah, come invest in fine art. It's like, dude, what do you know about fine art? Or here, why don't you invest in this financial instrument that I'm now advertising on my gaming channel? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck do you know about investing? You don't know anything about investing. Why are you taking an investing deal? I don't get it. I don't understand. That one just blows my mind. Those sorts of things, right? And I think that's actually reasonable. That's a reasonable take from me. But being paid to play a video game, like, dude, come on. Really? You're mad about that? I don't know, man. It's one of those things where if I really sat down and I hammered out my thoughts and I wrote down my thoughts, I feel like I could put together a really coherent like reason why that Mike Rose's guy's thing. But it really just boils down to, we're not journalists. Here's the thing. The reason people were mad about the games journalist stuff during Gamergate, and I'm talking about the people who had a genuine grievance, okay? I'm not talking about the people who just hated women and went crazy, because that totally happened, okay? I'm not going to gaslight you and tell you that didn't happen, because let me tell you, I was there. I saw some stuff, okay? And it was no bueno. It was not cool what some people did and said. But you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can't lump us all in with the same, criminals. Yeah. Also, there's another part of me that just like wants to be like, cope and seize, games journalist, you're obsolete now. But that's not helpful. That's just me being messed up. There was part of me that wanted to choose violence and just say that. And I think that would have ruffled a lot of feathers, and it wouldn't have been helpful. It wouldn't have been productive. It would have been really satisfying to say, though. I will say that. It would have been really satisfying. Damn, dude, you're killing all the city-states. Why did I bring you in this war? You're not even killing the useful things. You're killing innocent bystanders in this war, which are city-states. I need to get control of Cahokia. God, this war is not going... I mean, it's not going poorly. It's just like slow. We gotta grind it out until we get oil. Listen, let's go half and half. I can agree that Gamergate probably wasn't entirely about ethics in games journalism. If you'll agree with me that it's kind of messed up to compare YouTubers to that, like you're basically lumping us in with those people. That's how I felt when I read some of those takes, and I took that personally because that felt a little messed up. It felt personal. You know what I'm saying? He's got spec ops. What the heck? That felt personal. And it didn't feel fair to be lumped in like that. Like, I'm not that guy. I didn't do anything. All I do is I play computer games, and then some dude is basically like, oh, well, you don't deserve to be paid. Uh-huh. Probably what they might say. Anyway, ipso facto of these nuts. I'd have to sit down and really hammer my thoughts out. But some of the takes I saw were a little wild on Twitter. I mean, like, let me load up the old Twitterverse right now. Here we go. We do a little scrolling. Okay, here's a take, okay? Tony Deasy. The reaction to this is so confusing. Okay, so wait, we finished the cistern and growing beard. I guess we get the watermill here, +1 production for every district adjacent to a river. This district gains a standard adjacency from being next to a river. We want to get the orchard or the forge? Oh no, we'll think about that later. Just a few years ago, the idea of a dev or publisher paying for positive coverage was seen as the scummiest thing you could do. When did content creators become the top of this food chain? So here's the thing. Paying for positive coverage is scummy. Nobody disagrees with that. This is like, nobody disagrees with that. Paying for positive coverage is scummy. Paying for coverage, right? I'm not a reviewer. You want me to play your game? You got a cool game. You got a game that you think is awesome. You want me to play it? You pay me. I'll play it. I'll try it out. I'll give it a shot. Otherwise, I'm just going to play the games that I want to play. 100% agree. It is scummy to pay for positive coverage. Nobody pays me for positive coverage. They make an offer to me, and if I like the game, I'm going to cover it positively. Because guess what? Games I don't like, I don't cover. Because that's how it should be. Why would you cover a game you don't like? Unless it's just to be a hater. The point is, I'm not being paid to review the product. I'm being paid to play it. I'm just a popular guy, okay? And if I happen to have fun while I'm playing it, great, fantastic. That's down to me and not the game. But also, I think part of the anger that Mike Rose triggered is the fact that it's a hard life in a lot of ways. It's an unforgiving space to live in, rife with mental health issues, deriving your value from like the success of your work. The thing about being a content creator is like, you're customer service, you're a creative, you're a personality, you're a performer. You're like so many different things all at once, and the stress, like, unless you're a particular kind of person like me, who like, I just excel in that environment, that's a horrendously stressful thing. And video game publishers, like, I know the numbers. I know for a fact if I cover a game, if I don't even have to review it, I don't have to cover it positively. If I cover a game and I like it, okay, and it's a game that lands well with my audience at the same time, I know that game is going to make like 20, 30, 40, up to 100K in revenue from sales, okay? I get sponsorship deals for €500. That I literally get emails. People are like, hey, €500, you want to play our game? And I'm like, no, that's an insult. You're going to make like 100K. And you're offering me €500. Absolutely not. If this was like a proper deal, you'd be giving me 30%. You'd be giving me 30%. And you know, it's not like you get CPM deals. Like if I get sponsored and I make a really awesome play video, and it does amazing and it gets hundreds of millions of views and you make bank from it, I just get the flat fee that we negotiated, all right? If I get 2 million impressions, all I get is ad revenue and what we agreed upon, okay? So there's a little bit of that going on there too, is that content creators have been kind of, I don't want to say maligned, but they haven't been treated very well by the traditional industry. When you're the small guys, now if you're a big dog, if you're a big woof woof, if you got a little bit of bark behind your bite, if you got a little bit of weight to throw around, you are making bank. I'm talking 5-figure deals. I'm talking like people's yearly wage for a 2-hour live stream. That's the kind of money you're making when you're a top dog. Like for example, a standard offer that I often get is like €2,000 for, sorry, I gotta clean up the city. Like €2,000 for a 2-hour live stream, let's say. Now a 2-hour live stream for me could make that developer maybe like 20 grand. So I'm getting 10%. Well, where was I going with this? Shit, I lost my train of thought because I got distracted by the city. Let's say hypothetically, right? I could get paid like 2 grand for a 2-hour live stream. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Point being, they're gonna make a lot of money on that. Fuck, I'm really annoyed that I lost my train of thought because I had a really banger point and it just slipped from my brain like tears in the rain. I get depressing deals offered to me all the goddamn time. Oh, here's my point. I might get an offer for like 2 grand for a 2-hour live stream, and that sounds amazing, right? Okay, until you factor in that I do revenue share. So a percentage of that goes to my workers, and then half of what's left over goes to the government. So I might walk out, I might put 2 hours work into a thing, and I might walk out with €800 after taxes and expenses. Maybe I'll walk out with 700, 600. When in reality, the value of that to the publisher was like 20 grand. And then the other thing is, I haven't even really touched upon, like I haven't really seriously touched upon the fact that we don't get, it's rare that you get CPM deals. Like, I'm talking, publishers need to start putting their money where their mouth is, okay? If you think you've got a good game and you think my video could pop off, I want a CPM deal. If I get 3 million views, I want 30K. I want 30K. Realistically, my coverage is worth minimum. I should be getting 5 grand per video. That's based on 5 grand per dedicated video. That's what I should be getting, and I'm getting offered like €1,000. So publishers super lowball, super lowball creators all the time. If I was paid the market rate for what my coverage, my channel is worth, 5 grand is what you got to pay. But I don't get offered market rate because everyone lowballs you, because nobody values creator. And that's what that really came up. That was the nerve that Mike really struck with his tweet. He struck a nerve that made it seem like he didn't value creators. And I think that's what he realized, because in his apology, he was like, I value the work that creators did. But it's like, oof, kind of poked the bear there a little, Mike. Mikey, you messed up, Mikey. Honestly, I don't even think his tweet was that bad. It was just misinformed. He just didn't know what the hell he was talking about. So I don't know why people got so mad. People should have been like maybe 10% the amount of mad that they actually got over his tweet. Yeah, anyway, we're talking shop today, boys. Shop talk. I know guys making hundreds of K a month. Okay, the big guys, they're on millions. We're talking like people with like the 30 to 40K viewers a month. If they're not making at least $1 million a month, they're bad at their job. Straight up, I can say that with confidence. If you have 5-digit viewership on a live stream platform and you're not making like $1 million per month, you're bad at your job. If you have like 1,000, like, yeah, it's just the level of command these people have over their income is insane. And honestly, there is a case to be made that I'm fucking up, because like I could easily, triple, quadruple my income if I took all the sponsorship deals that were offered to me. But I don't. Instead, I run a Patreon, by the way, patreon.com/PotatoMcWhiskey, and I only play the games that I actually enjoy, because I care about the harm that could be done to my audience by exposing them to games that could cause them harm. Like Raid Shadow Legends. A lot of people are like, yo, dude, go get the bag. Yeah, Raid Shadow Legends. Ooh, yeah. I super disagree with that take. I actually think that game is harmful, and I don't think people should take sponsorships for it. I'm going to come out strong. If you've taken a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, you're a goddamn scumbag. That's my moral judgment of you. I also understand that like it's also pretty hard to make money as a content creator if you're not of a certain size. Simple. Very, very simple. Very, very reasonable. I would like Cahokia to live. So I'm going to keep pumping envoys into Cahokia in the hope that I can make it live. Let's go for conservation. I do think it's wrong to take sponsorships for things that you probably shouldn't, It's probably wrong. I'm not going to hold you to like a super high ethical standard. I'm going to hold myself to a super high ethical standard because that's who I am. But I'm not going to hold other people to that standard because I think it's hard out there. What does a refinery do? +2 production for every adjacent strategic resources. Oh, so this gets me extra coal. Well, absolutely we'll build a refinery here. That'll get me a nice chunk of coal. Should probably build a refinery in this city. Buy ourselves a builder with that view. Let's buy this tile in Nina. But yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, if you're dumb enough to buy something based on my recommendation, you know what? You did that to yourself. You did that to yourself. No, I'm joking. People really should take responsibility for the impact that they have on their audience and the potential of harm that they can do to their audience. That is something I actually feel really passionately about. What is going on? I think people do not take that seriously enough, and it actually bothers me a lot. I kind of find it reprehensible. I don't think we found any oil, did we? We may change our plans for the city. Let's look for more tweets. True, Dregas. Developers who expect us creators to give them free promotion with anything they drop is just insane to me. You do realize that approximately 10,000 games are released per year on Steam. Creators deserve to ask for payment. We put in the hours just like you do. Based. Oh, as you know what the thing that makes me the most mad about this is people keep going like, I thought paid reviews were like super wrong. And it's like, dude, nobody's talking about paid reviews, you cretin. We're talking about the fact that this dude just shit on a whole bunch of people who covered his game for free. Okay, wait, meditation hall. Can I build in the same city as a modern art gallery? Culture bonus for specialists applies to all specialty districts. Holds a single great work of art that is themed automatically. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. +1 tourism per neighborhood in the city if the city is powered. Ooh. And what does the meditation hall do? Faith bonus for specialists applies to all specialty districts in the city. Okay. +1 loyalty per turn per neighborhood in the city if the city is powered. Enemy spies operate 1 level below. This is more faith oriented. Cool. Let's get the civic square. Yeah, the whole conflation. Like, dude, I'm not a reviewer. Okay, I'm not paid by a publication. People don't have an expectation that I have a journalistic integrity. That's not an expectation that is placed upon me. And it's okay if you're kind of annoyed by that there is a double standard there. You know what? That's reasonable. If you're annoyed by that double standard, that's okay. But don't conflate the two things. They are not the same. I am not a reviewer. I am not paid to review games. I am paid to play them. I don't produce reviews. I hang out and have a bi-directional parasocial relationship with my audience, okay? Because I parasocially, I'm all in on you guys and you guys are all in on me, okay? Parasocial all the way down. Moderate flood mitigated, that's fine. A little dark age. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I don't even know what I'm talking about. What you talking about, potato? I think I'll take a heartbeat of steam. I don't want to lose units. I'm going to retreat. Can I snipe this? Maybe if I get these 2 units to cooperate, we can snipe it. Nice. If the people comparing this to Gamergate are, can I say dumb? Dumb Fs. Can I say that? Am I allowed? They're dummies, okay? They're stupid. Thanks for asking. Let's get to work on a bombard army. Slowly chipping away at this city. That's a lot of loyalty problems. We just switch up our government. We're going to move away from these. Something I can do to help is if I go buy some luxuries. We are in a dark age. Let's have a look here. Colonial offices, 3 loyalty. Limitanii, a little bit of loyalty. Liberalism, a little bit of loyalty. I'll plug in veterancy to build my harbors a little bit faster. Okay, so we bought ourselves a little bit of time in here. Let's grab Amani and plug her into Michael Reynolds. Okay, this city's now loyal. Fanda, I'm going to take Victor. I'm going to pop him into Gordon. Reina, plug him into Tyler. All right. Wixit. Having a little bit of a loyalty problem. Who else do I got spare? Magnus? Would you go drop in Wixit? Okay, I think loyalty has been secured more or less. One thing I could do, get a cultural alliance with Katarja. Here's the thing. I absolutely think it's scummy to paid reviews. I also think it's scummy if people don't disclose their sponsorship. I think it's scummy for people to pretend to like a game. But here's the thing. That's not why people were mad. People were mad that you were basically telling creators that their work wasn't valuable. Because creators have been hilariously undervalued and exploited and treated like crap by the industry in general for a while. That is an undeniable reality that if you're going to try to understand this issue, you need to accept that people feel some grievances about that. Okay, nice. We got the shipyard in here. Let's get the amusement pier. Also, I think something that works to a creator's advantage is the fact that they're seen as kind of like this independent entity and they're not corporate. Whereas like if you're a games journalist, you're kind of working for a corporation, you've got security, you've like job security kind of. Like somebody's paying your wage. Nobody's paying a creator's wage. And so many people have tried to be a creator that they kind of get that now. So when they see someone getting the bag, they're like, hell yeah, dude, go get the bag. I'm a little bit less like that. I don't think hell yeah, get the bag. I'm more like, hey, hell yeah, get the bag ethically. Please don't do anything unethical for money. Oh, I need a spy to defend Trade Hub because I'm getting my money stolen. But yeah, just don't do unethical things for money. It's fine. Just don't do it. Right, nobody needs turtles. Sell off our coal. Sell up our Diflo favor. World Congress has happened, so we don't need this right now. I'm going to take Suzerainty of Cahokia, hopefully protecting it from my ally. Fall back to heal. Pillage trade routes. Oh, look at all that gold. Buy a builder in here, buy this tile, buy that tile. A little bit light on loyalty in here. We now have access to oil, which feels good, because I'm 3 turns away from getting artillery. Artillery should make a difference. Damn, this whole episode was actually just a stalemate. Well, we're going to break it with steel, and we'll take over this, and then we'll maybe look into victory conditions. How are victory conditions happening? Oh, someone's winning a culture victory. Oh, God. Ugh. All right, we're going to have to try to defend against a culture victory. It looks like the Cree has gone a little ham, so let's see what we can do there. I tell you what, we're going to formulate a plan for the next episode. We got to kill Inca, we got to defend against this, and we got to continue to develop our empire. I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!